What's up, everybody, and welcome back to All the Things Harry Potter. I'm Nate.
I'm Jade.
I'm Shantell.
I'm James.
And we are beginning another adventure into the second book in the series, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This week, we're getting into Chapter 1, The Worst Birthday.
Heck yeah!
Nailed it.
Before we get into the book, I want to mention some news that happened this week. First thing I'm going to bring up is the Catholic school in Tennessee that banned Harry Potter books because the spells are real and can call evil spirits. This Reverend Dan Rehill of Nashville's St. Edward's Catholic School, consulted exorcists in U.S. and Rome who recommended removing the books. Now, the superintendent of the Nashville Catholic schools, the Catholic diocese, said that he has the final say there, but she's pretty sure the books are still on the shelves of all the other libraries in the diocese. So she obviously doesn't believe that that's a thing, but Dan does.
I think somebody's just trying to get some likes on the internet.
I think you probably are right, because it's a little bit late to be culling Harry Potter books when there was hubbub about this like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I remember this from before. I mean, it cycles every now and again, but the one argument I've always put, and it's a silly argument because an argument on that side shouldn't even be made. We've all read the books. They're books on tape. We read them out loud all the time. Nothing ever happened while reading a book. We're all just totally fine, and not one story has come out like, I was just reading Harry Potter the other day. All of a sudden, boom, frickin' demon just chilling in my garage. Don't know how it got there. Must have been the book.
Right at the end of my bed.
Never happened. Not once.
Maybe that's what happens in this chapter.
Maybe.
Dobby might just be an evil spirit that was called from the books. Okay, so the next thing on our list...
I don't know about that theory, Jade.
You don't know? You're not sure? He's a little bit cute to be a demon, but whatever. The next thing was the other day, September 1st, was Back to Hogwarts Day. There was a whole bunch of stuff going on before September 1st, leading up to it, ramping up to it. Actually, in London at King's Cross, a whole bunch of people showed up. Apparently there's a thing there every year. The cast of The Cursed Child performed a dance, and there's installments there that you could take pictures with, and all sorts of shit.
Did you just say King's Cross was a real place?
Yeah.
No shit?
Yeah, baby.
This whole time I thought it was a made-up place.
9 3/4.
No, dude, that's a big train station in London.
No shit.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
They just use a portal in it.
Oh, okay.
To take you to platform 9 3/4.
Now, there is something a little bit wrong with the way she describes it in the books. It's not exactly the way that the actual King's Cross is set up, so it's a little bit off. But they have set up a 9 3/4 area that you can take your picture with, and it's a whole thing.
How many kids do you think broke their nose there that day?
There's a video of somebody actually like running really hard.
That's what I'm
do it
saying.
all the time.
Yeah, like, all right. Here it is. Here's my only shot to really get in there.
I did not know that this was such a thing, like a event, and I think I want to go. I think we might need to make this a thing.
Yeah, I mean, we can totally ditch our kids for the beginning of their school and go to London.
Yeah, they go to normal school. We're going to go to wizard school. It's
right?
fine.
If you're the owner of a airline or other travel agency and you feel the need to sponsor us, we are open to talks for sure. Especially if you're going to fly us overseas.
Next week, they're doing a Harry Potter scavenger hunt at the zoo. I think it's this weekend.
Is that separate from the Wizarding Weekends?
No, it's during the Wizarding Weekends, but it's an event that's going to be happening during it.
Okay.
There's going to be a scavenger hunt throughout the zoo. I read it on Facebook.
Well, I think we were planning on going for Shantell's birthday, weren't we?
Yeah, it's my birthday weekend, and it's Harry Potter weekend at the zoo, and it's perfect timing. They did it just for me, I know it.
If the weather's nice, maybe we bring a task cam and a couple of microphones. We can try to find a quiet area and do a little bit of recording. Maybe over where the owl post was.
That was magical.
Just so everyone's clued in, at our local zoo, they do a wizarding weekend, and we are planning on going. I don't know if that was made super clear by what we were just saying. We were being a little bit subtle, but that's what's happening. John Ball Zoo. Also, you can sponsor us as well if you want.
Yeah.
And I do have to just say real quick that they do a pretty fabulous job at making the zoo the wizarding weekend. They pull it all out, and it's pretty awesome. They get into character, and they just do a great job.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun last year.
I like how they have the Quidditch set up for the kids. You just turn them loose on that little, it's like a small field between where people eat and all of the paths leading into the zoo. They set up Quidditch hoops, and it was really cool.
And the kids chuck balls at adults. Not us, though, so that's fun.
That one kid wasn't even trying to hit the hoop, let's be real.
The last little bit of news I have this week is that there is a new app coming. It'll be a companion to the Fantastic Beasts stuff, and it's going to have quizzes, announcements, polls, a new fanzine, news, prizes. There will be, I believe, a new sorting ceremony as a part of it. The new people in New Zealand get it first for some reason. Right now, you can just go on the website and make a passport, which I know that Nate has done, and I have done. On the website, I'm a Ravenclaw, so I'm not very happy about that.
You don't get to pick?
You take a quiz, and I took the quiz believing I was a Ravenclaw, and I'm pretty sure I manipulated the test a little bit.
I got Slytherin, and I feel the same way. I think I was aiming for something, and in doing so, gave some answers that may not necessarily have been true to form. And I ended up with Slytherin, and I was like, damn it, right after I took it.
And I know I was a Slytherin at one point, so I gotta figure out how I either retested or if I gotta figure out what I did, because I don't know what I did. But I'm not a Ravenclaw, or I would have figured it out already.
I'm going to have to check this out. And I'm also going to have to say, if you're listening in New Zealand, you're going to have to get at us and let us know how this new app is going. We'd like to hear about it.
And also why you get it first. I would assume that the people in London would get it first.
Yeah, you kind of would, wouldn't you?
What's special about New Zealand? I mean, I know it's beautiful there, but why do you get the app? And not me? I'm a little jealous.
We really do love you, New Zealand people. We're just jealous.
I do. That's actually where Legend of the Seeker, which is related to our other podcast, All the Things, Sword of Truth, check it out, is filmed, and it's a really pretty place. Off topic. Now we can get back into topic. Are you guys ready to talk about the book?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
James?
Yes.
All right.
I'm just going to give a little rundown of what happens in the chapter without giving any real details away, just so everybody is clear where we are in the book. Fortunately, if you're listening to this, hopefully you've read chapter 1 at the very least. Because if not, we're going to ruin some shit for you. But in this chapter, it's Harry's 12th birthday. It's shitty, and the Dursleys are still horrible. Vernon is having his boss for dinner, and someone breaks into Harry's room.
Sounds like a shitty birthday.
Yeah, I've had better.
Alright, so getting into the chapter, the first thing that really happens is Vernon's pissed off that owl keeps waking him up, and you can't really blame him.
No, I'm kind of with him there. That would piss me off. I mean, I don't think necessarily locking it up would have fixed anything. Owls can be really loud, especially when they screech.
Yeah.
I hate to say, but I am kind of with Vernon there. Shut that thing up, dude. I want to sleep.
That's a good point, though, at night. Like, it's probably pretty quiet during the day when you have it locked up, but when you keep it locked up at night, it's probably going to get pissed.
Right, exactly. While you're trying to sleep.
Right. Moving on. It's summertime. I know that James had a little thing about this.
I think Vernon specifically plans things on and around Harry's birthday just to spite him. So there's absolutely no celebration whatsoever for it. Like, in the first book, his birthday, they weren't even going to celebrate, nothing. They went and tried to hide out from Hagrid. Then this one here, he's going to have his boss's party, and Harry can't have any part of it, not even dinner, except for some bullshit prison food, cheese and bread,
Yeah.
glass of water.
Yeah, you're probably right. So Petunia's worried about Dudley not eating enough, which I thought was really funny.
Clearly, he's not missing any meals.
And Vernon making his little comment about how he never went hungry is also pretty funny. Because obviously...
It explains how his ass droops over his seat. That's a big ass.
I'm sure Kim Kardashian could relate.
Yeah, but that's an ass you want to look at.
Mm,
I'm just saying it's pretty comically huge at this point.
right.
Okay.
So, it being summer and all, why wouldn't Harry just be able to stay at the school for summer? They stay there all school year long. It clearly can hold them. Why wouldn't he just get to do, like, summer school?
Well, I don't know. I don't think he's asked that yet.
Oh.
I think just to give the teachers a break, if anything else. They live there too 9 months a year. I'll bet they want to chill out for a few months.
That's always something I've wondered, though, because the teachers seem to sleep there at night. So these teachers who are married, they have to leave their homes and their families and their husbands or wives for 9 months out of the year.
Oh, that's a good question. Can they, like, well, no, you can't apparate on the grounds of Hogwarts. You wouldn't be able to do that, but is there a feasible way that they'd be able to get to and from school?
Sexting.
We haven't
You
learned.
have
That's
to
not
do
a
that
thing.
magically, though.
This is a
Like-
1980.
Watch this.
Yeah. We haven't learned all of the ways of magical travel quite yet, but I mean there are broomsticks, so maybe they travel back and forth. But still, that's a lot of time away from your family.
That's a lot of miles on the broom.
Maybe those teachers are just like, fuck those orphan kids. I don't care. I'm going home and I'm gonna get some booty.
Oh, that could be.
Well, after 9 months.
Right.
Yeah. Wait, is Mick G married?
McG was married. She was actually in love with a muggle, and she ended up not marrying him because of her parents' marriage. We're not going to get super deep into that. But then later in life, after Voldemort's first defeat, she married her old boss, and they got a small cottage in Hogsmeade so Minerva could go to work easy.
Well, snap.
So she's married. Oh, I
looks
had
like-
no idea.
Well, she was. It looks like he died.
Oh.
Aw.
So during the course of the book, we don't know if she's married then, for sure.
3 years into their marriage, so it looks like she's probably not married during the actual course of the book, but she was.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
No wonder she's such a stern bitch. But poor McG.
She needs to get laid.
Well, she is a cat during some of the time, and you never know. Those cats can get pretty frisky. I've seen some theories based on what McG gets up to as a cat, and they can get pretty wild.
Oh my.
We'll
Right.
wait. We'll wait on that. Okay. So, moving forward here, Harry says, "You forgot the magic word" to Dudley during breakfast.
Ooh.
And Vernon freaks the hell out and says, "What did I tell you about the M word and mentioning your abnormality in this house?" He's been treating him like a bomb all summer, which kind of goes back to last year when, well, during the last book when we had our episode called Magic Dynamite, because they were treating him like he might blow up at any time.
Perfect tie-in. I do want to add that I think Vernon calling Harry an abnormality, or your abnormality, has really got a sting.
Yeah.
Like, that would screw with anybody's head. Especially him, still a preteen. You know what I mean? Been through some stuff, but I think that would carry.
Yeah. I mean,